All right, so today we're diving into what is, no joke, one of the boldest moves in the entire AI race. We're talking about Amazon's massive deal with OpenAI to host hundreds of thousands of NVIDIA GPUs. You know, those incredibly powerful chips that are basically the engines for all of artificial intelligence, and they're going to be running on Amazon Web Services. But here's the thing. This isn't just about buying more servers. Oh no. This is a massive strategic play for the future of AI itself.
Yeah, just look at that number, $38 billion. I mean, let that sink in for a second. This is an absolutely staggering figure. It's one of the biggest AI cloud deals ever, and it's about to send some serious shockwaves through the industry. And that right there is the key. This deal is all about a strategic power play. It's a move to control the very foundation, the bedrock, of what comes next in artificial intelligence, the physical hardware that makes it all run.
Okay, so when a deal this huge goes down, you've got to ask, who's winning here? Well, it turns out there are three very clear winners in this whole thing, and each one is walking away with a major strategic advantage. So let's break it down.
So first up, OpenAI. What's in it for them? Well, it's all about getting their hands on some serious computing power, while also playing it smart and managing their risk. I mean, training these next-level AI models takes an almost unbelievable amount of processing. And putting all your eggs in one basket is a pretty dangerous game.
Yeah, this really lays out their game plan. First, they get that insane amount of processing power, the juice they need to train the next big model. But maybe even more important, they're spreading their bets. By partnering with AWS, they're not totally dependent on just one cloud provider anymore. And that gives them more scale, more reliability, and a whole lot more flexibility. All things that are absolutely critical when you're trying to build the future. All right, that brings us to winner number 2, Amazon. And for Amazon Web Services, or AWS, this is a huge comeback story. For a while there, it looked like they were falling a little bit behind rivals like Microsoft and Google in the AI cloud race. Well, not anymore. And this is where you see the ripple effect. Locking in OpenAI as a long-term customer means, well, it means billions in guaranteed revenue. But more than that, it's a statement. It puts AWS right back in the center of the AI universe and basically shouts to the world that they have what it takes to run the most demanding AI models on the planet. Okay, and now for our third winner, the one who's kind of quietly sitting in the background, but is absolutely essential to this whole thing, NVIDIA. They're the ones building the engines for this entire operation, and believe me, they are set to gain a lot.
I mean, let's be real, this whole thing runs on NVIDIA's chips. We are talking about one of the biggest GPU orders ever. This deal just cements NVIDIA's total dominance in the market. It's proof that if you want to be a serious player in AI today, you have to go through them.
And you know who was watching? Wall Street. Of course. Investors reacted pretty much instantly, and as you can see, the stock prices for both Amazon and NVIDIA shot up. That's a huge sign of confidence from the market, that this partnership isn't just hype, it's the foundation for some serious long-term growth.
So, this is bigger than just money. This deal completely redraws the map of the AI battlefield, and it takes direct aim at the special advantage that one of Amazon's biggest rivals had, until now. Look at this. It tells the whole story. Before, Microsoft pretty much had an exclusive deal. They were the main, almost the only cloud partner for OpenAI. That gave them a huge edge. Well, that advantage? It's gone. OpenAI is officially going multi-cloud, and that changes everything.
So, multi-cloud strategy. What does that actually mean? It's pretty simple, really. It just means you don't put all your eggs in one basket. As OpenAI has gotten bigger and bigger, relying on just one company, especially a company that's also competing with you, like Microsoft is, it just got too risky. This move makes them more stable and lets them make the cloud giants compete for their business, which means better prices and performance for them.
Okay, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Pulling this off, it's not going to be a walk in the park. A deal this big comes with some absolutely massive logistical and technical challenges that they have to figure out. And really, this is the billion-dollar question, or $38 billion question, I guess. The timeline is incredibly aggressive. Can AWS actually build out its data centers and get hundreds of thousands of these GPUs up and running in just a few years? It's a huge ask.
So you've got 3 huge hurdles. First, you have to physically build out these massive data centers. Then you need to power them and keep them cool, and these GPUs get hot. And on top of all that, you have to get your hands on the chips themselves from NVIDIA at a time when global supply chains are still pretty tight. It's a tall order.
All right, so let's take a step back for a second. What does the landmark deal like this really tell us about where the whole AI industry is going? And here's the bottom line.
The whole game has changed. The AI race isn't just about who can write the smartest code or who has the most data anymore. Now, the real fight, the real race, is about who controls the actual physical computing power that makes it all possible.
Yeah, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? The fight for AI has moved out of the lab and into the server farm. It's about the machines now. And whoever owns the most powerful machines, well, they're going to be in the driver's seat for whatever comes next.
If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe to Finance Deep Dive. It motivates us to keep posting.